control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Hi, I'm Brittany Ashley, your host of Breaking Norms Building Dreams, your guide through this transformative journey in both business and life. This is your place crafted for dreamers, doers, or anyone who has been told they can't. Get ready as we challenge those narratives together. You're tuning in live to the United Public Radio Network, airing on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We are streaming on all the popular platforms every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestra, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to building a thriving business, we've got you covered.
Welcome to the Author's Quill, everyone. I hope y'all are all having a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be on our big, beautiful blue planet. I think we're currently 165, 170 countries, somewhere around there these days. So I hope everybody's having a good day. To all of our friends over there in Australia, I know it's Sunday over there. I hope y'all having a good Sunday. It's just Saturday here. Now, if you get the lottery numbers or the Powerball, be sure to send them over. Just, send them via my email. Send it to my private email. That way nobody can get into them. No hacking and nothing like that going on. But anyway, I hope everybody really are having a good day. We have our guest down there. I see she's down there. How you doing down there? We're hiding her down in the green room at the moment. And we will drag her up in just a few seconds. But guys, a lot going on. Sometime tonight we're going to be giving away. So y'all are getting lucky because I'm going to give 4 books to one person today. So
whoa, I want a book.
So you already got these books. You don't count. So I'm giving away. I found this. Hold on, let me drag them over here. So I found this. I was digging through some boxes and I found this. Actually, I found 3 of them.
Whoa!
This
book.
This thing they call.
I don't say so myself.
I actually use this thing to iron my pants, people. That's how big this.
No, you don't either.
It's a big book. I'm just saying. It's not as big as the one behind me back here, by the way, y'all can see. But so there's that one, and then get dusted off because it's been hiding down there for so long. There's this one. This is book 35. So this is actually an autographed version of book 35. Somehow I know that I had 4 of these. I'm not sure how that happened. Somebody must have gave me 2 somewhere along the line. So I'm going to give this one away. So y'all going to get this one. And might be a little dusty. Look, there's the cover picture.
I think that's the cover by Bob Eggleton. Yes,
as you see, there's the autograph right down there.
Yeah.
And
then the story on there was written by Dean Wesley Smith. That's the story for that cover.
So you got big boys in, and these are some John sent me, but we were supposed to give these away a couple weeks ago. We never did finish. I think we had a few of them. So we have this version. We were giving these away for Halloween. Ooh, yes, we were giving this one away. And then I got 2 of these left. I thought I had more, but I only have 2.
Yeah, Buxton Brigades is one. This is the National Native American Month right now. They're in with in November, and so it's an amazing story. It was the first time the Native Americans, or maybe the second time in a novel, where they were the good guys. They were the Yellow Hair is a white man, but he was raised as a buckskin as a Native American, and this is his story. And it's based upon a journal entry in the Lewis and Clark expedition, and L. Ron Hubbard took it. That was his first novel he ever published. So it's an amazing story. Amazing story.
It's so y'all get all 4 of these. Sometime during the day-to-day, we'll give those 4 away at one time, and you'll get all 4 of them. Give you lots of reading for the holidays. You know, you can always give them to a loved ones afterwards. I just say buy some more of them. You can find them at galaxypress.com, so they're pretty easy. But you can find them at Barnes and Nobles too, and all like that. It's just, they're not like they're hiding from y'all or anything. They're pretty much, for the most part, easy to find.
Yeah.
So you got all these. I was giving some away last night doing the news show, but we got into something and I totally forgot. We got into whatever news strain we happened to have been into towards the end and just forgot. Oh, yes, Jesse, that's in 2 hours. No, 3 hours, actually. At 6 o'clock my time. We have Rena Scott coming on the chat to talk about her new book about the Pascagoula experience. We don't usually do that on the chat. So anyway, it'll be something unique. But anyway, John, how you been, man? You been good? Everybody's treating you good?
Yeah, doing good. And
them girls treating you right over there, because I will whoop up on them. I'm not scared of them. I'll whoop them.
You talk tough now until all of a sudden you see Emily, then you go like your tail goes between your legs.
No,
go, hi, I so miss you.
I do. Well, I miss them. What are you talking about, Chris? No, oh no, before anybody asks, because I seen that little snide comment on my messenger a second ago. No, because I don't think about it. I will install, I promise you, I will install Pile Talk back on this computer. Especially since we put the new internet system in. Everything's running at 2 gigs up and down. It's fabulous. I can't even get through writing before it's all loaded and ready to go somewhere else. It's great. Oh yeah, it's a fabulous system. It really is. But anyway, I see our guest down there. She's like, well, why do these people bring me on here? They talk so much, man. I'm like, geez, shut up already. Oh, hey, how you doing down there?
Hey, Josie.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Just making sure.
Okay.
So
yes.
There's only like 5 people watching tonight, so there's no reason to be nervous or not. Maybe 6. I mean, I'm not sure, but
All right.
Sometimes we get 7. We get lucky some nights.
Have you been on radio before, or TV, or done media?
No.
Where are you? Where are you right now?
Right now I'm at my college. My roommate is in my room, so I just hidden my prep stuff to do this.
So where's your college located?
Dartmouth, Mass.
So you're going to Dartmouth then?
No.
Okay.
All
right.
No, I'm going to University of Massachusetts Dartmouth.
Okay. And then, so you're studying art?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So
We've had
like
multiple art school graduates that have won the contest, and it's great because it's when you see people that really know art and it can then, because now you're working with everybody you can meet when you come out here. They're working professionals. They're the ones that make their living as an artist, and so they don't talk the talk. They actually do the stuff, and they know how to, answer real questions with real answers, which is great. You've got your obviously amazing professors there, are teachers, but these guys now have gone to where they're constantly, creating their future with their art, which is amazing. So how did you find out about the contest?
It popped up when I was looking at scholarship stuff.
Yeah.
So I normally draw like fantasy.
Yeah.
I saw it and I figured, I might as well.
So you just entered the one time?
No, I entered it a few times, but every time I did, I would get like a little higher.
Yeah.
So at one point I got honorable mention, at one point I got semifinal, and then I just figured, well, I could probably win, so I kept going.
Good. That's smart.
Yeah,
And
well, you
that's,
won, so it worked.
yeah.
That's all that matters. It worked. Yeah. For some reason, the illustrators seem to get in a little faster than the authors do. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
It's
And-
it's interesting. So I mean,
Yeah.
you've been just drawing since you were a kid, or since you
Um,
were like
no, I only really started taking it seriously around 2020, maybe a little later. But I've been drawing since I was a kid, yeah.
yeah. Well, I find most illustrators, some of them are do bad things like take the colors and draw scenes on their walls and stuff in their houses and things like that.
No.
Paint the floors and stuff. Interesting stuff that mom or dad might want to disown you for.
I would obviously well-behaved child.
That's a good thing, huh?
Yeah.
Because
So coming out to LA, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, to be honest, I have friends out there, so I'm excited to see
that's
them.
cool.
But I
Have
guess
you looked to see what's involved with coming out here to LA?
I'm aware of stuff. Yeah, I'm excited for a lot of it. I'm not really.
It's a little, it's a little crazy. It's a lot of fun.
I haven't really processed that it's happening, so I'm not really.
Yeah.
too
What's your
great.
favorite form of art to create?
What do you mean by that?
Well, that question can go different ways. So first of all, fantasy or science fiction or that, and the other question, the other way to answer that question is, do you like oil or digital or type of means of painting of creating?
Well, my favorite thing is fantasy, dark fantasy, and I normally use digital, but recently I've been getting more interested in traditional work. I sketch a lot.
Yeah.
That's the most with, so.
Good. Are you familiar with any of the judges?
Probably.
I think it's a pretty good ones, I'll tell you that.
Some of them sound familiar. Those things where I recognize the name, but I probably couldn't tell you what exactly it was from.
Yeah.
No, they get some pretty serious judges. I mean, some of the illustrators have some pretty serious jobs and make some pretty serious money. One of the nice things about this, I mean, they'll help you understand art in a whole different way, but they also give you alternative ways to look at it. Not just the way you process your art, but the way you're going to process a career, especially money wise and business wise. They teach you all of that. It's fabulous. The stuff you learn there in a week would take 2 years in a school. And since these guys are top in their fields and they're all making top dollar, it's the people you want to hear it from.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting because I can't draw stick man. But I've learned a lot. I'll tell you this. I mean, I know a lot more about it. I mean, I was pretty ignorant to illustrators. I thought I knew, but frankly, after sitting down and listening for the last 6-7 years, I didn't know squat.
Yeah.
Much of Wow knew more than I knew, man. It's just sad. It's
Yeah, the guy that did the cover art for this current volume 41, Craig Elliott, he's the art director for Disney and Netflix, and so he's got an amazing, not just stories but also advice on what to do. Yeah, and then that was, he did all the sketches for Treasure Planet. That's one of the movies he did, and
Wait,
so that was one of the ones that he didn't use.
I definitely know him.
Yeah. So he'll be there. And then hopefully we'll get Larry Elmore back again this year.
Oh, man, I hope we get Larry back.
He'll zoom in, but he's the guy that created a lot of the original art for Dungeons and Dragons, and he did the art for Dragon Quest. And so he's just an amazing artist and great stories on illustration. He paints, he likes using oil and acrylic. And then Echo Chernick, who's the coordinating judge, he does pretty much everything. And then we've got Bob Eggleton. He's won, I think, 12 Chesleys and 13 Hugos. He does amazing dragons. And and there's also Dan Dos Santos. He does a lot of cover.
And the man to stand.
Yeah, he does a lot of the covers for like the major best-selling fantasy books.
Mhm.
And you might also know Tom Wood. He's the best-selling poster artist in the United States. He's one of the judges. And then interesting enough, Irvin Rodriguez, he does a lot of stuff for Magic the Gathering. And when he came and spoke, he was a winner, volume 24, I think, grand prize winner, and who works there. And so when he did his speaking, he came at night and did a talk from like 7 to 8 or something like that. And then when he finished, everybody just lined up afterwards, and very few said, he's got my dream job. I still want to work Magic the Gathering and just, paint, for them, all the cards and stuff. So that's pretty good with him.
Mhm.
And then Brittany Jackson is a B. Jackson. She was a grand prize winner for volume 25, but she's done like 3 New York Times bestsellers that she's illustrated. The one like Parker Looks Up, and she had a couple other ones as well. And then she did her own book, which became an international bestseller, where she wrote it and illustrated it because that was her dream to do that. So she's one of those people too she needed the money to be able to pay for school because she was from a very, very poor background, and so didn't have money for anything. So when she won, then she won the grand prize. That helped get her through, a semester of school. And then she just mostly a lot of stuff she's self-taught. And then she, with what she got from the contest, and then the connection she made with the judges made just a world of difference for her. And so now she became a judge and doing amazingly well as an artist. We have about a 62% success rate of artists, of writers and artists that, who go on to successful careers. Last week, we just had Zane Lodi. He was a grand prize winner 3 or 4 years ago. He graduated from, it wasn't SCAD. It was one of the colleges there in Florida, and is doing really, really well. So what do you like in school? What do you get the most out of it? Like the art history, or do you like doing that because they've got so many amazing professors? You can do sketches, life sketches, learning different types of art creation. What for you is the best part?
To me, it doesn't really feel like school. I am also primarily self-taught, and a
Mhm.
lot of teaching me is stuff that I already know. So to me, it just I just have a good time. It feels fun to me because they're just giving me stuff I can do, and I somehow make it in a way I can make it fun.
Do you get stuff that's challenging?
I get stuff that I haven't done before, but there haven't been too many things that were too challenging.
Well, all right.
That's excellent, actually. Oh, well, God, I can see y'all again. All right. Sorry, put my glasses back on. I can see. It's see, I like work that's fun. I used to own a construction company. As a matter of fact, I sold it this year. And I got all kind of degrees at the yin yang, nothing to do with construction. But for some reason, when I was young and I went to school, joined the service, got all kind of stuff, got out, found my way doing a contracting, making extra money while I was going to school. And the next thing I knew, I owned a full-fledged maintenance / construction company in less than 3 years. Hell, I made my first million when Katrina came. I was like, Jesus, man. But the fun part was I really liked doing it. I liked getting out in the field. I liked seeing things we were building getting completed. I liked helping doing restoration work after the storms. I just liked it. I keep doing it, but I'm getting old now. So I decided we'll just keep doing radio and TV. That's a little easier. But it's great because I tell you what, I put a lot more of myself into it because I really enjoyed doing it, which made everything that much better.
That's why I want art, because it's something that it's something I don't want to stop doing. I don't want to stop.
Yeah. What do you have what do you see as your future?
Like with art?
Yeah, or just yeah, that's all I know about you right now is your art. So, do you see that as part of your future that you want to be able to do like professionally?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like to do that.
like book covers, or getting into modeling, or doing freelance stuff, or
Do something with books, whether that be book illustration, book covers, novels. I personally am writing my graphic novel, so that'd be something I would like to publish in the future.
oh, that's cool.
Well, you fix to get to meet a lot of authors, that's for sure. A lot of winners and a lot of professionals. It's always an interesting thing. I gotta say, it's always interesting to see all the winners when they come into LA. It's really nice. Everybody, it's just such an interesting experience to watch because it's a learning experience for everybody involved. And the judges are there amazingly. They want to talk to y'all. It amazes me. They have so much more patience than I do. Like, but they really do. I mean, they're there for y'all. I mean, you can ask them anything you want, and don't ever be scared to ask them because they really want you to ask them questions. They like that. Even after the class is down in the lobby con, bar con, whatever you want to call it, they're down there a lot. Everybody's just chit chatting. You know, they'll get around a group of them, get around a table, and just start talking. It's an extremely interesting way to learn stuff, I got to say. And of course, you make a lot of new friends and a lot of new connections in the fields. And it never hurts when you go for a job to say you won Writers of the Future.
Mhm.
Like Illustrators of the Future. So it's a plus when people see it on your resume. They're like, "So you're going to put up a website? You have one, or you're thinking about it, or?"
Yeah, where can we see? How can we see your art? Because we can pull it up right now.
Hmm.
Well, when you get one, just let me
on
know. I mean,
Instagram,
we're going to talk many times between now and next year. So
And
it's it.
What's that?
I have an Instagram. I have a Cara. I'm pretty sure some of the work that one was emailed or something. I don't know.
I'll have to find you on Instagram. It's because when you put up a site later on, the way the system works, it allows us to actually pull up the individual pictures so you can actually sit and talk about whatever it is. But only reason I was asking was more for in the future, when you really start to get to where you want to start selling things, and how you tie in your sites to your social media. That's some other stuff you'll learn about too. But social media is a good way to sell stuff.
Yeah, I do. So there's that.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Don't get me wrong, but it is a useful pain in the butt, I guess is what I should say. Don't feel bad. We have currently we were at 44 social media. I think we're at 48 now social media sites, but I have help, so it's because if not, I'd kill someone. X is good, Twitter's good, Facebook's good, Instagram, it's all good for selling stuff, and as long as you're not getting into whatever kind of conversations, and you're just using it for like friends in work or friends in art, they're easy to maintain. And you'd be surprised how much money you can make on one. I was first time one of my artist friends told me what he was selling stuff on the internet. I'm like, well, that's pretty good. I said, what do you advertise? And he told me, and I said, well, how much? And he starts telling me, oh, I'm selling like 5,000 copies a month or 4,000 copies. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, teach me how to draw. Show me how to draw, man. Because I was like, oh, come on. Even at $20 a shot, that's still a good chunk of money every month. But he got stuff. I mean, it's funny because he does stuff like $10 stuff and $5,000 stuff. And I'll be looking and look. I'm not a critic because I don't understand it. Because I'm looking at this one piece and that's going to be expensive. It's like $25. I'm looking at this other piece. I'm going, whatever, dude. What do you want? Like $5 for it? He said just like $6,500. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? He's like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, okay, man. Well, obviously, I'm not a judge, so. But it is a lot of fun. But that's what I'm saying. And I've met several of these artists now who have won, who have now are coming pretty successful. Yeah, and it's always fun to watch as life progresses because everybody's on social media, so pages crisscross each other, and you start hearing about this when they're seeing that one, and it's just interesting to watch. Besides, one day y'all gonna be famous. I'm gonna be asking you for your autograph. Remember us? Hey, can we get in line? Can we get an autograph?
So, how long have you been making money with your art?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get her there, John. Trust me. Before she leaves LA, we're gonna have her making money, man.
No, sometimes when you're around in school, that's amazing. How much you selling it for? I'm not,
I like like I said, imprint, but I haven't really been making any sales, so
Yeah.
I
Well,
really do commissions. So
You don't do
Well, you-
commissions?
I mean, I would like to. I just
Yeah.
haven't.
so no, you're going to get a lot of publicity over the next course of the next year plus. Actually, really the next 2 years solid.
Yeah.
And do you attend like Dragon Con or FanX or any of that stuff?
Oh,
So you're gonna have to do that in the future if you want to sell money, because Dragon Con is a money maker for artists. I'm just, if you're good, well, I'll be honest with you. You don't even have to be really great. You just have to be a good artist to make money at Dragon Con. Excellent ones make tons of money. So you put that on yourself, but places like that are too good. And then there's places like I was telling, like where the city I come from, which is New Orleans. Down there in Jackson Squares, they let the artists come out on the weekends and set up around the cathedral all and draw all day. Well, these people, the ones that are doing portraits, are charging anywhere from $500 to $2,500 a portrait, and they do 3 or 4 a day. I'm like, somebody needs to teach me how to draw for sure.
I
So-
mean, recently, well, because I'm in Dartmouth, Mass, there is New Bedford right by, which is a big like arts area.
Yeah.
Have a lot of connections within my school and there, so I'm hoping to like talk to them more over the course of the next.
So what year are you in school right now?
I'm a sophomore and going for my BFA.
Okay,
Ooh,
good.
Fun.
So then you live there where do you live?
I live here. My hometown is like 2.5 hours away, so
Well, that's
so
not even bad,
that's
really.
convenient then.
Yeah. 2.5 hours for me is like an afternoon ride. Well, from where I live, 2.5 hours is Destin, Florida. So that's
or
2.5 hours, but I'm here in LA we're going out to dinner. So
yeah. That's true too, St. John. It's
it's smaller.
yes, definitely.
well, I mean, there's a lot of one of the nice things, the hotels they do down there in Hollywood are great. There's depending on, I forgot which one he said they're going to be at this year, but it's they're both set up nice. It's comfortable places. The rooms are nice. The people are nice. Everybody seems to be way laid back, and there's lots of food and shopping all around you. So,
Have you been to Los Angeles before or to Hollywood?
I've been to Hollywood maybe for a few days. Like I said,
Hollyweed?
in that area, there have been times where we've gone over to visit and see around and stuff.
Yeah. So we're where I'm standing right behind me is Hollywood Boulevard, and that way about 100 yards is the Chinese Theater.
Mhm.
So that's where you're going to be located, and right across the street is the Roosevelt Hotel, which is probably where you're going to be staying.
Okay.
And but we
Roosevelt's
sometimes
nice.
also go to the Lowe's Hotel, which is
It's nice too.
about 250 yards, about 300 yards that way from here. But they're all very close, and so it's
I mean, they're real close to each other.
yeah.
What's nice is the Lowe's has the mall it's connected to, so you have that. The Roosevelt has a little bit more savoir-faire about itself, so it's a little older hotel. It's been around for a while. It's a pretty hotel. It's got little hidden places all over it, which is kind of cool. And so, I mean, they're both nice, and like I said, the staff at both hotels are really good. So
Mhm.
they take
Yeah.
really good care of you while you're there, and they go out of their way to make sure all the writers are the people, because after day one, they kind of get to start seeing the bunches of us. And then, by day 2 or 3, they're like, Jesus, there's a herd of people up in this place. And everybody gathers downstairs. I mean, because there's all of both hotels have restaurants in the bar. And then they, what is it? 24.5 degrees. Is that what
just
it is?
24 degrees. Yeah. It's a
20 I
great
always wanna
burger
add
place,
that half.
but there's a lot of places too for varying budgets, so, and then we also make sure that, the start of each day, we bring out a bunch of protein bars and coffees and juices and stuff like that. And sometimes we wait out and just see, the various, we're very familiar with the phrase starving artists.
Yes.
And
me
so,
too.
so we make sure too, we'll bring eggs and stuff like that out as well.
I
which is fine. We've learned that, and so the purpose there is to really celebrate you as an artist. So we don't want you being distracted by being hungry or anything else. So we'll make sure that you're well fed and well caffeinated if you drink coffee or tea or whatever.
They got some good coffee shops around there too, by the way. There's a couple of really good ones.
I can stay right.
Yeah, one's called Author Services. It's special coffee.
Yes.
That's the name of the place. It's called Author Services.
Is that coffee right there you're drinking? Is that your jug of coffee?
I hope not.
Drink coffee exclusively on.
Okay. Coffee on steroids, man. I don't know, but you'll enjoy it. I mean, it's nice, and you get lots of exercise while I'll tell you that. But it's lots of going.
I get a lot of exercise when I'm here too. Like,
but that's it. You'll feel right at home then.
Yeah, I am. It feels like I have to walk like mile, half mile, maybe more every day to get to class because the campus is pretty large. It's a university, so.
Yeah, they always are. They'll work. Yeah.
So at the university now, so you're going for the BFA, but then do you also have to take electives or classes in the other colleges too to round out to get it, or?
Yeah, because it's not. I do go to like an art college, but you still need like other.
You have to go to like an economics and go to.
I don't have to do economics.
You got to have the junk that goes.
You have to do nuclear physics or anything like that.
No, but right now I've been well, I like taking my English classes the most.
Yeah.
Definitely not to the degree of like the authors, but I do write a lot.
Well, that's good. It's one thing that's really interesting. Now that you bring that up, is I talk to a lot of authors. I have a podcast, and so I've talked to hundreds of authors over the years, and an author becomes an author by writing. And what you're doing right now, even though you're being a little bit, like I'm not as good as they are, if you've written and you're actually putting together a book, that's better than 98% of other people that I'm an author or I want to be an author will ever amount to, because they can't get past I want to be, or I'm going to be, or I'm studying to be. Yeah, they never actually write a book.
Yeah, actually, illustrations that won the contest are all from this graphic thing. So
is it dark fantasy you were saying?
Yes. My style doesn't look like it, but I can assure you that it is.
Okay, good. Yeah. So that was your book, your graphic novel is also dark fantasy?
Yes.
So what's it about?
Well, it's set in a universe where magic is a biological defect that gradually erodes at the user's bodies and minds over time.
That sounds uplifting.
But yeah. Well, it's actually more uplifting than you'd think.
No,
it's a dark fantasy mystery about a detective trying to find a detective set to solve a series of murders, only to find that her prime suspect, a criminal she's been hunting for years, is the pediatrician of the town.
Joy.
Wow. So then, the ending of have you finished it yet, or are you still writing it? Do you know how it's going to end?
I have a vague idea. I'm pretty sure I know how it's going to end. I have main story beats in my head. It's more just connecting those story beats.
Right.
Flow naturally.
Does it end with an uptick or?
Like I said, it's significantly more upbeat than you'd think.
See, I'm not sure that is when you think stuff, man. It's not sounding promising here.
The premise of it is about finding hope in the darkest of places.
Okay, that's good. I can agree with that. That's good.
That's more what it is. So it sounds horrible, and most of it is horrible, but it's about the finding joy and like connection and stuff.
Oh, that's good. There, it's like, because if I want something that goes the downtick, I just go to social media or open the newspaper, and I can get that I have no scarcity of that. I don't need to download a book to find something as a bad ending. It's like it's within your power as an author and an artist.
I'll tell you right now, as an author, would not be able to handle it if it had a bad ending.
All right, but it's good because there was a winner, Cherie Fours. She was an illustrator winner last year, and she keeps on submitting to the writer contest. So she wants to be. We've had, I think, 4 people over the 42 years that have won both contests, and so she's been submitting to the writers contest longer than she was the art contest. But she won the Illustrators of the Future, and now she's continuing to work to win the Writers of the Future, to be the next person that does both, because she's like determined I can do both of these things.
The main reason why I go into more of the artistry of it is because I struggle writing like prose. I don't do descriptions well, so I'll just tell my story through visual narration because that's how my brain thinks.
Sure.
So all my writing is more scripts than anything.
Yeah, we've got this one judge. I don't know if you ever heard of him, Sean Tan. He was a winner back, I don't know, 35, 40 years ago. And he lives in New Zealand. And he writes all of his, he publishes books, and he's won New York Times bestseller, the Astrid Lindgren Award, all these awards for books, but they're 100% illustrated. His illustration is so amazing that it tells exactly what's happening. One story is called The Arrival, about, he makes these little creatures, and leaving one country and coming into another country with being, not knowing the language, not how do you fit in, stuff like that. And it's just amazing what he did on it. But that's when you'll see his books here, but you can also look him up when we're done here. His name is Sean Tan. He won an Oscar for Best Short Film, where he actually then created also a short film with his art. Just an amazing guy. But an illustrator, which is, I have my utmost respect, both Joe and I have had this, my utmost respect for an artist, for illustrators that can actually illustrate something that conveys not only emotion, but what's happening. It tells the story through art. I just can't do that. I'm just
favorite thing to do.
What's that?
It's my favorite thing to do.
Which is awesome. I have nothing but respect for you for that.
And you will hear me gripe sometimes because some really good artists convince me into buying books because of their really good art. And then I get the book and I'm like, I'm going to smack the artist in the head when I see it.
Especially like with expressiveness,
yeah.
My biggest hobby is, well, I can't draw things that are completely expressionless. It's something I struggle with. So I constantly study like expressions. I have a thing I do sometimes on a board where I just draw 100 hands from reference and stuff, just to practice the motion, expressiveness and stuff.
Well, see, that's what our judges are like there too. They're so fastidious about getting little things like hands or eyes or ears or hair. And it's just, you look at it and it's just kind of like, wow, they just do it over and over and over. And like what you're saying there, that's what these guys are like, what you're saying, that it's like, and that's one thing that's gonna be really cool when you come out here. I mean, you're in an art school, so you're already surrounded by people like you, but here you're gonna be other people who are looking at honestly creating a future as an artist and have that same mindset, and for them, this is an illustration contest. It's not a fine art contest. You can be a fine artist, but what won this contest for you is that you're an illustrator. And so you do tell a story, and you do have emotion, and it does create a sense of wonder and like, I know what's going on there, or wow, I'm going to read that story. And that's your value. And that's why, I don't know how familiar you are with L. Ron Hubbard, But for him, celebrating the artist was so important. And he saw that, I mean, he said also, and when at the first book for Rise of the Future, it's the artist that injects the spirit of life into a culture. And so that's why we honor winners every year. You know, it's like there's a lot of counterculture, there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of all kinds of stuff going on out there. But just by infusion of artists and giving them that break, giving them that vote of confidence, you can, you know, what you're doing with your book there is an important message to get out. You know, and so validating that and recognizing that and supporting that is what we do. You know, so when you're ready for your book, one thing I do is anytime that we have a winner, Rise the Future or Illustrators the Future winner, who you know, comes out with a book, we invite them on as a guest on the author's quill, and invite them as a guest on the podcast. And I mean, today's show, it'll be little, maybe between 4 and 4.5 million people listening to you right now. And it's more than 5 or 6, like Joe was saying. So it's a very popular show, you know, so people are interested in what we have to talk about, and they're interested in you. And so being able to see, you know, someone else that's like getting that break and is going to have a chance to go out and what the message in your book, people love to hear that. You know, it's very reassuring that people like you exist and then are going to go out there and do this stuff. And that's how it gets viewed. And that's why it's being able to celebrate you and your fellow 11 artists is so much fun every year. So there.
I'm excited to see other artists.
Yeah. No,
it's just seeing cool art just makes me so happy.
Yeah. And like Joe said, you're going to meet friends for life.
Yes, you are. Plus, there's the reveal, which they moved up now. So we get that out of the way early. That's very emotional.
The art reveal, like Joe was just talking about there, after the first day, because you haven't met your author yet, and the author hasn't seen the art. Nobody's seen the book. And so after the first day, what we do is we have at the end of the workshop day, we set up all the 12 pieces of art, you know, including the one you painted, on an easel and set up in this big room. And then you guys are all standing around the edge of the room. Then we open the doors and the writers come in and they walk around the room and they'll walk around. You guys can't say anything. They walk around and they find their art and then they stand by it. And that's your cue to go out and introduce yourself to them. Oh. And it's an amazing event.
Very emotional.
Really emotional, because as an artist, you're all like, oh no, I hope they find it. Hope they figure out it's mine. And I hope they like it. And all these other things you hope. And the writer is equally as concerned. Oh no, I hope they found something in my story they could illustrate. Well, I wonder if that, you know, on both sides of that coin. And then when you get together and they find out, oh my God, it's beautiful. It's better than I envisioned. And you always get various things like that. So it's great being able to, I mean, like I said, it's a very emotional event, and you become very good friends with your writer, and everybody sees each other. And then at that point, you also find out what the book is. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
it's definitely interesting to watch everybody. But I mean, it's great. I mean, it's one of those things that you won't forget. That's for sure. And it's a lot of crying goes on there for some reason. All good. I mean, all good crying. There seems to be a lot of it on both sides there. You know, it's great. It's just great to watch. It's and it amazes me.
Are you able to pull up Instagram, Joe?
Yeah, I'll look in a minute. It always amazes me though. They always find each other. I've been there with them 7 times now, and every time the author and the illustrators manage to find themselves. It always amazes me because I've read the books and I'm looking at the art. I don't always know. I'm thinking, well, that could be for that or for that. See, that's why I'm not into it. Let me see. What do I have Instagram open anywhere around here?
So what's your Instagram page?
I would skip the first 3 because I have a content warning on those.
Yeah, I know that feeling. You know what? Do me it might be easier for you to find it and just drop it into one of the chats because we got a private chat and a regular chat.
Yeah, there's a private chat there on.
Yeah, it's
whichever page you want him to go to, whether it's gonna be Instagram or you said you've also got another.
Don't feel more bad. I get content warnings all the time. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
I've actually had pages seized. So
Yeah, here. How about this? This one is more of a use. So I'll send.
why in the world?
There she is.
Sorry.
Oh, I think I've seen something just pop up.
There we go. Yeah.
I had my laptop is not
What is
working.
that? Yeah, look there, we got it. All right. Hold on, let me find out where I'm at now. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So there'll be 2 Josies there this year, huh? That'll be confusing.
There's another one.
Yes, there's a Josie. Well, I don't know if she's there or not this year, but she's been there the last couple of years. So I'll be speaking, but she's a little strange, just so you know ahead of time. She's just a little. She's a little strange. John knows I'm telling the truth. Okay. Actually, I got to be honest with you. Everybody over there is really fabulous people. I have really been pleasantly surprised at how nice they are and how much patience they have. Because
okay, accept all, and then let's open it up so we can see the stuff here.
Okay, there we go. It's
So which pieces did you submit to win with?
A bit for those. I draw a lot.
Okay, if it's not in here, that's fine.
Good thing, though.
Can
I click them? Yeah, I can click them. Can I? Oh, all right. This is much better. Okay, I like this better.
Comics. But
so we do. Oh, so you like doing comics?
Yeah, she's doing a graphic novel.
So this is just a snippet, little scene, so I can show some character work.
Well, that's cool. I like that. Oops, let's go hit another button.
I had to split it up into 2 parts. This is the first part. That one is the second part.
Oh, it was backwards. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to know that anyway. I hate to say this looks like somebody I know down in the city.
Well, that's.
I hope she ain't listening. Wow, shit. I'm sorry, I'm getting myself in trouble here. The teddy bear's back here is like chilling or something, huh?
The teddy bear is actually part of my symbolism.
I see that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm good. It's I like this. Is cool. See, for me, this is kind of cool because down here, this would be considered voodoo art. It's you'd see images like these in some of the local artists who do. I don't want to say they're practicing voodoo, but they're practicing voodoo.
Got their own another content warning.
Hey, content. I better not put that on
No, keep going.
I'm going. What do you mean? I'm not doing nothing bad.
You're about to. Okay, here we go.
This looks like my daughter-in-law's hair right here. So I like anything with color and detail. I have to look at for a few minutes. First, I had to look up all the little panels on the side because I thought this was Rocket for a minute, so I had to stop and look. Then I said, well, maybe this is Rocket. And it's like, oh, wait. Then I got to thinking, this is see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. You can't let me loose around nothing. So, I mean, you're just chilling. You just start drawing, sketching, relaxing.
What do you mean?
I mean, like you might be sitting, listening to music or something, or sitting around a house doing something, or sitting in a dorm doing something. You just pick up a pen and a pad and just go to start drawing away. I'm just curious. I mean, is it like a reaction, a reflect?
To draw? Well,
yeah.
You bring like a sketchbook everywhere, but for these big illustrations, it's more like I'll hear a song and then I'll get a picture in my head and I'll just draw whatever I think.
Well, that's cool. That's useful imagination there. So that means you'll definitely probably end up getting winning for a writer.
That's cool.
And you've never been to New Orleans?
No, New Orleans.
Wow. Maybe you should come down. You'll see expressions of this in real life. It's a very strange, weird city.
You go to Joe's house, you see expressions of that in real life.
Yes, well, yeah, because I have a crazy woman. It's and so you take your time because there's lots of little details all over the little place.
Actually, these don't really take me all that long.
Oh, so you got it. Well, that just means you got it plotted in your head. Okay.
Yeah, well,
And you're fast too. You've done 3,000 of these things, so you've got the ability to
Yeah.
create really fast.
mhm.
She's just got that good imagination to finger going on.
Yeah.
So that's always been my problem with writing. My brain works way faster than my fingers do.
Mhm.
And even when I'm doing voice, it just I can't keep up.
I've been trying to explain it. It's been hard to explain it to my professors, but there's been a few times one of my professors has been pretty much every project he's called me a masochist in some way. Like making this harder for yourself, stuff like that. But to me, it's one, that's how I'm gonna grow as an art artist, and
Yeah.
two, I just when I can picture it in my head and I can picture exactly how I'm gonna do it, then I can do it. I know I can.
Yeah.
Oh,
How do you deal with reference material? Like with some of our judges, they're like Dan Dos Santos. I don't know if you've ever heard of him or not. He's a very famous cover artist. When we first met him, it was at Dragon Con, and he was going around with the camera, and he went up to my wife and started taking pictures of her boots, her shoes that she was wearing. Said, "I love your shoes." And
sounds like that.
she says, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm Dan Dos Santos." He says, "No, you're not." And he said, "Yes, I'm," because she knew who the artist, very famous. He said, "No, I am." He says, "No, you're not. Come on, who are you?" And so he took her to his booth. He said, "Oh, you are." So he became a judge, shortly thereafter. But he and so many of the other judges are constantly taking pictures and building up reference material so they can really get the right angle. And several of them, like Craig Yellett, you said you know him. He's always making 3D models.
Mhm.
All this stuff, he makes 3D models so he can get the right, how the light goes and all that stuff there to really get it for when he does his sets for movies for Disney. He's always doing stuff like that. Do you
Mhm.
ever do any modeling stuff to create reference?
Most of the time I'm like set up my phone when I'm alone in my dorm and just kind of like
Yeah.
pose
You your own reference then.
normally, yeah.
Yeah.
If either I draw straight from my head, I see like a different photograph that I like, or if I really need a oh, there's a self portrait. If I need like a hyper specific thing, then I would do myself.
Yeah. One of the things you're going to be doing at one of the workshop days is you guys are all going to be there becoming reference models for each other. We have a whole wardrobe, and you'll be dressing up all the different clothes to do different, to create references, and then taking pictures and using that for doing your sketches and stuff. It's a lot of fun. They love it.
That's one that won.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
He passed another one earlier, but
I'm thinking, is this somebody who made you unhappy or something?
no, it's all my character. So this is story, symbolism, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make it. Yep. I'll read these as we go by, so y'all just ignore me.
That's the third one. That one.
I remember seeing that one. Yeah.
This one was one that I did straight from my head.
It's cool looking.
Thank you.
Kind of reminds me of Fat Albert art. It's that's probably before you were born, by the way. Oh, there we go. Hey, man, Santa Claus, you better chill, buddy. See what's going on here, Santa. You better just calm yourself here. I like how you got the little writing on the side too. It adds something to the whole.
I I try to add like a little bit of writing to
Yeah.
but like if like I said, I have an imprint and in the descriptions I would always do like a little bit of a story in one of the characters' perspectives or something.
Well, that's cool because a lot of artists don't. Because we look through a lot of art, and every year we go through a bunch. Okay, chick, get off the crack, man. No. Or don't be sticking your finger in the electric socket, one or the other. I'm not sure what's going on here. What's that, Gene? You know what? She does kind of look like her. I'm not saying that on air because you'll get me in trouble, so stop. She's I see her here. She looks like she's about to kick you.
Mercenary trio.
See?
We're getting towards art that I'm not really that proud of anymore.
Okay.
Well, art's art. You got to learn. You got to try new things. I mean,
So that's the mercenary trio then. Okay, got it.
I've tried to make stickman like 4 different ways.
Way better now, I can assure you that.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
This one was fun.
This is actually a cool picture.
This is an example of like something I got from music.
You should do this in oil.
I
cannot paint.
That's way I know. Hey, look, I know it's tough, so I'm not going to give you trouble about it. I know a lot of artists. Some can, some can't. I don't know what the difference is, but
I like gouache, but I don't do oil.
Well, you got 2 more years.
Mm.
Yeah.
She's like maybe, sort of, kind of, maybe. I'm just saying, because oil sell for a lot of money, so
It does.
it's. I like. Okay, this is cool. I like this. This looks like some of my friends and I after a night out. Bring me home, Mr. Bear. Oh, wait. Hey, sorry about that, guys. What the hell? How did this thing get turned on? Apologize, ladies and gents. Don't know why the phone came on, but again, I know why it did. All right. I know why it did. That's the backup for this. Hold on. I'll have to change it. I forgot this right here. Jeffrey, no, I'm gonna switch pictures a minute. I was just resending a link. That's all.
Yeah, we got our next guest about ready to come on too, right?
Yeah, it's probably who that was. That was calling more than likely.
Because we have another illustrator winner from Volume 42 about ready to come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't wait to see how you work. I mean, see, I like art, especially art that's fun. Anything with lots of colors and lots of fun, I always enjoy. It's the dark side of my brain. So I'm living in a swamp, is what it is. It affects your brain after a while watching the alligators eat all the little chihuahuas. This is actually cool. Now there was I don't have a picture of it here. So I bought a fairy for one of my stepdaughters. It's the fairy of it was an alcohol that's banned in a lot of places. She is a badass, dark looking fairy. Oh man, I wish I had a picture I'd show you. It reminds me of the picture though.
Yeah, it's real. I've completely redesigned this character.
Changing around, huh?
That's something. God, this was the beginning of college last year. Oh my word.
Brains are in different places.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works out. Some of this though, you could be doing tarot with. And there's a lot of money in tarot cards.
I do.
Especially if you get a design that takes off. Oh my God.
What are you going to say there, Josie?
I do enjoy tarot.
Yeah.
And you should design your own deck. Take your time to design. You like. I mean, the way you put out art like this, you could probably do a couple of decks. I know I've had a couple of friends over the years do them, and they all made good money. So, and a good friend of mine put out the Daughters of the Moon deck. It was around. It sold, I think it was 118,000 decks worldwide at $30 a deck. I was like, Jesus, girl. And they're not even that great at art. It was just, I think it was because some of the novelty of the stars on the cards and the what's that, Chris? No, this is on her Instagram page. Yeah, it's I'll post a link when I get back. Hold on, let me come back over here for a minute. Where am I at? Oh, there I am. Okay, hey y'all, welcome back. I was lost off in the distances somewhere. No, we should have another guest join us. I'll hit him with the link again in a minute if I don't see him. It's no, there's always a bunch of stuff going on. So like when she gets out in LA, they're gonna be run stop from early in the morning to late at night. John and I don't even think when we sleep when we're there. I don't think Emily does either. I'm not sure anybody does actually. Maybe some cat naps here and there. It's
Yes.
there's just just a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. Yes.
I get a lot of crap for being a workaholic here.
Oh, you're going to be amongst brethren there.
Yeah.
When you come here.
Oh yeah, everybody has a workaholic is nonstop, and by day 2, you won't even notice people taking picture of you all the time. It's it goes on nonstop. Just somebody's always got a camera in their hand. Well, there's only like 3 or 4 of us that do it. I take a lot. Maliva is like the camera witch, man. Jesus. But there's a couple of us that are there, and then there's when you get to the gala, there's going to be a lot of press and stuff in between. There's press in between, and then we like to do in-person interviews when we're there, and then we'll do. Carmen will probably get y'all back after the first of the year. We like to do 4 people at a time. Like we'll have 4 illustrators at a time on, so everybody can get to know each other, and we'll do it like that, so it makes it a little bit easier. And then
it makes for a faster start when you hit the ground. When you're able to hit the ground running when you come to LA, because you already have familiarity with other winners, so it makes it easier just to.
And you can watch the other archives.
Ice is already pretty much melted, so it's just like, hey,
Yeah, it just makes it a little easier, a little faster. We noticed since we started doing, because people kind of know each other before they get there. They start talking before they get there and stuff, so it makes it just easier when everybody's there. I mean, because there's a lot of running around. I mean, it's get up in the morning, get some breakfast, go to school. Well, I shouldn't call it school, but go listen to the judges and take a break. Go back, take a break, and then there's stuff going on in the evenings all the time. Even when there's nothing going on, there's something going on.
Yeah.
It's because they have like we were just talking about the art reveal, and of course they have the barbecue, and I got a couple other things going on. So the evenings are pretty busy. And y'all moved to gala on Thursdays night right now, right? Yeah. So it's on Thursday now. So it's a little bit different. Oh, stop. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this on.
But the thing too is that, artists and writers, it's a very solitary lifestyle. You're there with your art and in your head, translating, your mental picture to the paper, and the artist and the writers there typing away. So when you come there, sometimes it's like, by doing everything we're doing right now with Joe, we were able to get rid of a lot of that transition from being introverted into what I'm doing to being extroverted and meeting and talking to people that you've never met before. So it goes real fast. And so by the time you get there, even though you're only seeing a picture of me, we've already spent an hour together, and you'll feel much more comfortable being around. And then this scary guy that's next to me is, you'll even feel comfortable around him. But it just makes it a lot easier just to get right into it. And it's like, okay, good, we're all here, and it's a very welcoming environment. But sometimes people aren't used to that, So welcoming environments, what's the catch? And so, we've been doing this now for over 4 decades. So we've gone through, anybody can look and see like, well, there's no catch to it. It's just something that, it is what it is. And you're in the class right now too. If you're very familiar with science fiction, you're 42. And the significance of 42 is life, the universe, and everything, from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't know if you ever read that or not, or heard about that. But the answer to the life, the universe, and everything is 42. So this is year 42. And also, this is the year that we hit 1,000 winners.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So you're part of that class of 1,000. You know, we've had 1,000 winners now over the 42 years. So we're very chuffed about that too. So extra special.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. He'll be joining us. And see, as soon as I said something, there it was popped in at the bottom down there. It's oh, look how nice. When did they start adding that into the? Every time I get on this program, they add something new to it. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Let's grab Nathan up here. Hey, Nathan, how you doing? Nathan,
doing good.
Josie, Nathan, John, Nathan. I'm Joe. Hi, how you doing? It's
doing good.
Have you guys do you Nathan and Josie? Have you already encountered each other prior to this?
Nope.
Not yet. No.
All right.
We have what's a Jack says it's the night of the illustrators. Was that like night of the dead or something? What the hell you talking about over there, man? Oh, you people tonight are a bit on the strange side, I gotta say. Well, welcome, Nathan. So I mean, winter, you're on. You got competition over here on the right, man. You better watch out. Or maybe on the left on your side, but on the right on my side. I'm just saying, you better watch. I've been looking at her artwork. You know, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough.
Oh yes.
Yes. So I mean, how many times you submitted? How'd you find out about the contest?
Yeah, so it's quite the interesting tale up to this point. So I've been familiar with the contest for a few years now. Throughout my grad school program I was in, I was looking into different, different annuals, different contests to enter. Of course, obviously we know that Spectrum isn't necessarily a thing anymore, but things like Infected by Art, Society of Illustrators, American Illustration, stuff like that. Yeah. And I've known since probably 2022 or 2023 about Illustrators of the Future. And I started entering basically for next year's annual to come out. So I've been entering since Q1 for volume 42 or 43, volume 42, correct?
Yeah, you're gonna be in 42.
Yes. So I've been entering since Q1.
So you went on. So you went in Q3.
Yes.
Got it. All right. Well, that's great. So where did you go to school?
I did. So I grew up here in Greensburg, Indiana. I have since I went to undergraduate school at Heron School of Art and Design. I got my BFA in drawing and illustration there. Right after that, I went straight to grad school, University of Hartford in Connecticut. I did a low residency MFA program for illustration.
I get it. Good. And are you a working artist right now?
To a small degree. I'm starting to make a push on freelance illustration, doing more and more jobs. Just trying to get more work, get more clientele, build that base as I develop, as well as having been teaching to a small degree as an adjunct professor.
I get it. And then what type of art forms do you like to work with?
Generally speaking, I do traditional illustration with oil paints or digital. A lot of the times, because most of the work I've done this year has been for clientele.
Commission work?
Yes. And that has varied between digital and traditional. Right.
So now Josie's a sophomore right now in art school. And so you're a couple of years ahead of her, but she's in the middle of creating a graphic novel, illustrating and writing it.
Nice. Yes, I don't envy you there, as early on I wanted to get into comic books and I realized that it wasn't for me. Just it's a lot of patience and being able to move on to the next image, and that's something I don't necessarily have.
So now on your art and illustration, so you entered 3 times, and did you do any search to see what was in store for you here in Los Angeles? And if so, what are you most looking forward to?
So I know quite a few of the winners at this point, ranging from people like Bruce Bernise, Quentin Glim, to Dave Hoffrichter, John Barlow, and a few of those people.
Yeah.
Just ranging a little bit of everyone. I mean, shoot, I met Echo Chernick and Tremonti both at Gen Con this year when I was helping out Bruce. But this is something I already have a lot of understanding of, like, what's going to be like coming into this, just from what I've heard from everyone who's won in the past.
Oh, good. So anything in particular you're most looking forward to?
Getting to, meet some of the judges or reconnect, because, like, I got to hang out with Bob Eggleton some at EluxCon, and now we're kind of in a group chat thing. And I've been friends with Bob for the last couple of years. So getting to see Bob again, I kind of, through a mutual thing, I'm kind of friends with one of the winners for Volume 42. I've gotten in touch with him and gotten to know him a little bit. Looking forward to meet some people in person for the first time.
Good. Yeah, there's all types of, one thing you'll get is all aspects of a career as an artist. It's already assumes that you can draw, that you can illustrate. But now, how do you create a business as an artist? And there'll be a lot of work on that, and how to present portfolios, how to put together a portfolio, how to target different people to be able to show your art to, and how to put together, and in pitfalls, what to avoid. And then there's fun stuff too, where there's the live drawings. There's a whole session on that where you got 5 minute, 2 minute, I think 15 and 25 minute illustration, where you got these 4 people. They strike different poses. They put in they're in costume, and you're there illustrating.
Wonderful.
And then, like I was telling Josie too, there's so she's all excited about that. There's also a time where you're going to be becoming each other's reference, and so you'll get dressed up in costume and take pictures, so you can get the different poses and like that for projects you're going to do. And because they definitely get into a lot of, like, building references for your so you've got that for the projects. And hopefully Dan Dos Santos will be here. He's a stickler for reference, and both he and Craig Elliott, they make a lot of models. They do modeling of what they're going to be able to paint or create, because Craig does. He did the cover for this book here, Volume 41, and this was a leftover image that wasn't used for Treasure Planet, because he's the creative art director for between both. He's been Disney and Netflix. Right. And so that was one that they didn't use. So he's able to use that for the cover for this book. But they get into all types of aspects of, this is what you need to be able to create a career, and how to do that. And the main thing, because they're all working professionals, they're just totally interested in answering whatever questions you've got, and that's one thing that's different, because when you go to school, you've got experts, but they're not necessarily working professionals that are out there making a living as an artist.
Right.
So now you get people to do that stuff. And where's the industry going right now? And how is AI affecting you? And how is digital versus traditional, all that stuff there? Because we're definitely not AI. We changed the rules a couple of years ago, exactly, of no AI submissions. And of course, as soon as we said that, people will try to game it and say, okay, here's my art. If we can't really tell, because there's various apps you can use to help detect AI art, but you can say, okay, show me the layered files. And if they can't do that, then it's pretty much a giveaway that it was AI.
Yeah.
So what's your dream job? What are you anticipating doing down the road?
I've got lots I want to do. Having already gotten my, a little bit of skin in the game on teaching, I definitely want to be a professor, a full-time professor at some point. I really enjoyed teaching. But in terms of illustration, I'm looking, I'm ranging, because I want to do a lot of different things. I'd like to do, at some point, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, of course, as far as fantasy illustration goes, comic books. when I started college, comic books, superheroes was the big thing for me. That, and then if you can't tell with some of the stuff around me, Godzilla, lots of different stuff. Bob and I
Bob
connected
Eggleton,
quite a
then,
bit.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, quite literally, one of the pieces I
Thank
had
you, Joe.
submitted, one of the pieces I had actually submitted, but was rejected for Q2 this year, was a movie, what I did for a small movie poster show here in Indiana of the original Godzilla. And Bob actually helped me on the colors with that.
Well, that's cool. So we went through Josie's Instagram page. Do you have a page that has your art? Can you put it in the private chat and send it so Joe can get it and he'll put it up on the screen?
Wait, what am I getting slave driven about over here? What?
Oh,
Good thing I'm paying attention, man. I'm not off doing something else.
Hold on, let me make sure the link is correct.
He's sending you a link so we can look at his art.
Okay, I was just teasing. It's this one's over here drawing. I want to see what she's drawing when she's done. I was watching. She's drawing.
Oh yeah, I was doodling.
Let me double check.
So you're like right there. You just like the rest of you can't sit still.
Yeah,
so the link works.
She can't sit still. She either draws or she talks or eats.
I can't sit still. It's like a thing. It drives me crazy. I never could sit still. It's but it's so nice when you get there because you're talking to the judges all day long, which is fabulous. There's lots of stuff and lots of things going on. I do like when they do live models. I always thought that was cool as hell. But then after all of that, and everybody eats and all, everybody goes down and gets in the lobby and chats.
Yeah,
and that's the conversations there are priceless. I mean, there's so much information that gets changed and people are much more relaxed. And, by day 3, everybody's kind of used to each other and they're asking questions. And I tell this to everybody. If you ever, for some reason, you're intimidated to ask a question, just say, hey, Joe, and I'll introduce you to them. Not even a problem, because I'm going to tell you like they tell me. Because the only reason I even say that is because I've had several judges over the years say, hey, if anybody, Joe, let me know. Because they know I'm all over the place. So I do. And it works. And people go talk and they, to me, it's amazing because they simply want to take that much time out of their life and spend that much time with people they have never met in their entire life. And, it's every now and then there's somebody that's met somebody, but for the most part, it's like when I seen April with Larry Elmore, them two making the damn audience crying all over the place. Because there was such a beginning. Well, I should say, from beginner to master kind of thing going on there. It was most interesting, but it's the same with the author judges. A lot of these people, a lot of these guys are heroes. Like Orson Scott Card, he's a hero to a lot of them. So is Tim Powers. I mean, so I get to see a lot of hero worship when I'm there as well, which is just it's a cool thing. I mean, to me, it's nice to watch everybody get together and talk, and then I get to see all the winners interacting with each other and becoming friends and changing their lives. And don't be crazy thing. Okay, there we go. It's I because technically I'm an outsider because I couldn't draw. If somebody said, Joe, I'm going to shoot you and you're going to die if you can't draw, guess what? I'd be digging a hole for me. I'd be gone. There ain't even no if answer. I wish I could lie about it too. Trust me, I wish I could, but it's just a talent I don't possess. Thank God I've been friends with a lot of really talented artists. Oh, there we go. Look at that. See, it's one of the things I love about this program. You can add anything to this program. Sound, music. You can even bring in files if you like. You want to bring in individual files and break it down through the files. You can do it that way. The links are great because that shares with everybody.
Yeah.
But let me get where I can see the page. There we go. Let's see. Let's click on this one. Hey, look.
Oh, yeah. So that.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Why is it giving me trouble?
Instagram.
It wants you to log in. Yeah. It can be a pain.
Yeah, we'll just do that one. Go ahead. It should. I'm logged in something anyway right now, so just behave and log into the thing.
Yep.
It's unusual because usually my Instagram is logged in like all the time. Both my Instagrams are actually. We're good. Stop. Don't look. We were just on Instagram. Don't misbehave, thing. I'm sorry. I'm about to start throwing something out the window. It's just not going to behave, is it? Because if it's not going to let me log in with Facebook, I guess it's just not going to let me. I don't know. Let me log into Josie's. No problem. For this one, it just doesn't want to.
else.
You just got
Yeah, there can be some difficulty here and there. Awesome. It looks like it's working this time.
Okay. Stay. Don't make me get violent here, thing. Let's go try this again. All right.
Yeah.
Well, the pictures look different now. So, wait, I see God's. Wait, Joe. Put your fingers in one place at a time here. I see Godzilla hide back. You know, that's another thing too. It's really nice about winning this. Is there's some big benefits to knowing John and them because they're at all the conferences.
Oh,
they
yes.
always have a fabulous booth. I don't know how John does it. Most of the time when I go, it's like twice the size of everybody else's booth. And you'll see illustrators and authors there doing signings. It's just kind of cool because sometimes I'll be there harassing them, doing interviews with John and Emily or with the gang behind y'all. Well, I mean, anytime I go.
Have you ever not?
Well, if I'm there, I'm not always there. Like this year, I didn't get to go because other reasons. But Chris, I love Dragon Con. I tell everybody to go to Dragon Con.
Yeah,
it's fun. You lose 10 pounds while you're there. You'll probably eat the entire time you're there, but just I mean, you get in one hotel alone. There's so much to see. You're just walking around up and down all over the place.
Oh yes.
Oh, and then I want to go buy something. You walk over there. You're walking all over the convention center where there's 3 floors worth of stuff they're selling. I mean, there's booths everywhere. And of course, if you want to stop and see some cosplayers you can hang out with there. It's funny though. Every time I go interview the cosplayers, I get interviewed. It's always funny to me.
Yeah,
because they're into sci-fi, and so I've been on Sci-Fi Channel a few times over the years, and Ancient Aliens and stuff like that. So it's man, look at the guy Godzilla look good right there behind me, man, right there where that gold map is back there. He look good right there. John, don't I got a birthday coming up or something, man? It's actually I'm getting ready to redo this because there's a picture to the left of me y'all can't see right now that I want. I want everybody to be able to see it.
Right.
It's actually 2 of them to the left of me. Wait, 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry.
Is
There's
that
3
your
collector's
art,
pictures.
Nathan?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. That is actually, technically an earlier version of that image is what was part of my Q3 submission.
Okay.
This is a project that actually did really well on Kickstarter that I did the cover for. So there's also the collector's box that my art is on the cover of. And then additionally, like the people who are going to be like the top backers, whoever funded it at the highest level, will receive signed prints of that from me.
Cool.
Kickstarter is a great equalizer.
It really is.
It is for people. I mean, you still got to build the following, but once you get a little bit of following going, it really can help you to stay alive in the artwork and help get your art out. Actually, it's good for illustrators, good for authors. Pretty much, I don't know what else they use it for other than that, but it's a great thing. If y'all don't know what Kickstarter are, if you are an illustrator or an author, you might want to check into it.
Oh yes.
Well, yeah, but it's always good to have social media pages because people have to find you. And what I have found over the years is, having 40 or 48 pages now, it's not the same. They're not the same audiences on each page. My 2 Instagram accounts, they don't share anybody the same. And they're really not sharing anybody off of Facebook, but a handful of people, which is weird because it should be copying one of my Facebook pages because that's how it's supposed to work.
Right.
So, and I got 4 X pages. None of them are the same. They don't have the same audience. Well, one belongs to my Chihuahuas, which, by the way, they're more famous than I am, the little rats. It's she stole a brownie out on my bed one night and hit 25,000 followers in like an hour. I was like, look at this little rat. I'm out here doing serious journalism and the damn dogs beat me out over a brownie. That's just kind of sad, man. It really is. But I mean, but with social media, with the, I mean, y'all don't have to get crazy, but with the right amount of social media and a Kickstarter or something like that, you can really start earning a living without having to leave your house these days, which is something I know a lot of my friends like. And since illustrators tend to be a little tad bit introverted, man, y'all should get together and do a world, man.
That last image looked like a 3D porcelain.
Oh, the previous image of the character?
Yeah,
That's an oil piece. I can pull it out right here.
Wait,
I
I
got it
can't
in
see
here in
him.
the studio with me.
The shapes are
Wait,
What's
let
that,
me go to it.
Josie?
shapes are charming. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. But now I put this back up. But see, it's so nice because I mean, there's so many talented people going to be there. You're going to have all the talented judges and all the talented winners. It's just such a good place to develop connections and new ways of doing things. Or, I like it because I notice that judges don't always agree on what's the best way to go about something. So they give you alternative information because we don't all think the same. Our brains don't always register the same. Some things that are easy for some people might be tedious for somebody else. So if I had to sit behind an office desk all day long, I'd jump out a freaking window. It's
I understand that one.
It's I have to be creating and involved in something. It's one of the reasons that I got into construction. I got to travel, I got to build, I got to tear up stuff when I was angry. So it was really good. It's good therapy. It's oh yeah, my son was laughing one day because I was mad about something. I was ripping down the side of a brick wall in a bathroom. I was just hitting it so hard I was going into pieces. It's like, Dad, you feeling better? I was like, yeah, sure. It's like, yes, it's good therapy. And I know a lot of people who draw. I mean, most of them do it for fun, but a lot of them have talent. I have noticed though more and more I'm seeing. So down here, there's a lot of places you can go paint and get paid. Like I was talking about the French Quarter earlier. When you're down in the quarter, especially if you're down around Jackson Square, right there by the cathedral, people set up there all the time. You'll see a lot of people will have local stuff, local pictures of the French Quarter, different balconies and different gardens and things like that. But they like to do portraits there. And they do them all day long, and there's tons of people doing it, and there's people in line waiting to get them done or setting up times to get it. It's amazing to me. But they'll get like their portrait in front of the cathedral done live. I guess a lot of people like it. Seems like a lot of work, but they're out there doing it every day.
So that's at a convention there?
Renaissance Fair.
Okay.
Renaissance. Hey, Uncle Godzilla. Don't be winking at me, buddy. Stop you having that. I don't swing no Godzilla ways now. Come on. It's now you better watch out. You'd be drawing anything that looks like a dragon because a dragon lady might whoop up on your head.
Oh, are you talking about April?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm sure April approves.
April is infamous these days for some reason.
Oh yes.
It's no, Glenn, if you ever meet April, is actually very, very sweet lady. She she is. Her and I have talked many, many times, yes, about many different things. Actually, she's very nice. It's go buy some of her art. I can't afford her art. Damn, no. Told me someone night. I was like,
said about that Superman. I totally love the new Superman because it's like the original Superman. That's what, to me, that's Superman.
Yes.
James Gunn was just brilliant in taking it back to its roots.
100%.
Yeah.
No. The only thing I liked about the new Superman was a damn dog.
No, I like the whole thing about it. I like that he was just a good guy. I like the fact that Superman's a good guy. It's okay.
Well, Superman should be a good guy. I mean, that's to me, that's a given. He should always be a good guy.
Well, it wasn't. They got rid of that, and that's why he brought it back to it.
He got a little angry there. He got, he got a little woke for a little while. That's all. He's entitled to be a little woke. He has to deal with these crazy humans all the time. Can't blame him. What's that, Jimmy? Oh, you mean no. We don't do politics on this show. No, I may tease, but we don't do politics on the show. Friday night, if you want to get into hardcore politics, we do, and there's two centrists on the show, a libertarian, one liberal who comes and goes, and one conservative who comes and goes. Yes, it can get very heated. We're all friends, so it's you might hear us saying mean things to each other, but in the end, we're all still friends. We like to argue about politics, but we don't actually let our politics get in the way of our friendships because we all know we're right. That's why. Yeah, of course we do. That's the whole reason. I know I'm right. So they just, what? So it works out real well for all of us, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. But the first hour is always just news. It's no opinions or anything. It's just whatever the story is what it is. Yeah, because a lot of people, believe it or not, 5.5 million people get their news from News on the Flip Side now. So we want to give them real news, and the second hour's usually got some commentary in it, and third hour is always satire. Yeah, it's always satire. Oh hell yeah! You gotta make fun of the idiots. I mean, give me a break, man. It's too easy. It's just too easy. So we have to pick on them. But
anyway, we created this show here to celebrate the writers and the artists, and it's amazing how much it's grown, Joseph. We created this thing on Saturday, and
I think it started with like
last week was like
50
4.5 million listeners, so it continues to grow. But Zach, I went over with Josie as well at the beginning of this thing, and we on the 25th anniversary we created this book on the writers of the future, and because the original essay from L. Ron Hubbard, where he started this thing, was where he said the culture is as rich and as capable of surviving as it has imaginative artists. It is with this in mind that I initiated a means for new and budding artists to have a chance for their creative efforts to be seen and acknowledged. And so this is year 42, which if you're a science fiction fan, you understand the significance of 42 as the answer to the life, the universe, and everything. But also this is the year that we break 1,000 winners that have been published in Writers of the Future. And so it's it's an amazing piece of the legacy from Mr. Hubbard, that because he directed in his will that he continued to fund this contest into perpetuity. So, you'll be coming out to LA, and that's his money that's paying for that, and the hotel you're staying at and the whole workshop and everything like that. Cause it's just, for him, it's really important that what you do as you create as an artist, it does inject the spirit of life into a culture. And it's interesting because one of the things you go over to, we have a lot of essays from a book on art where he did a bunch of essays, and he calls art as the quality of communication. And he goes on to say too that art is, what's good enough, how good does it have to be art? And he just goes into that. It's the technical expertise itself adequate to produce an emotional impact. And so you see some of this art that we've got out there, and especially with our judges and the winners, just the emotional impact that you're able to create with an illustration, to me is just amazing. We're going through Josie's art, and you can see like she has emotion in her work there. And in some of the different pieces there too, you see like the creating an emotional impact. And that's something that we really try to nurture and to encourage. And so now we've got, in this contest, we have entries from over 175 countries now. We've had winners from 52 countries over the years. And it's just been amazing how it continues to grow. And the competition is pretty stiff. We have thousands of entries every quarter. So, that you both won is testament to the quality of your art. It's not just a small deal, so that you're coming here, Josie, is like you had quite there's a lot of competition to arrive here, and the same thing for you, Nathan, to arrive here, and a lot of good artists. It's just continuing to work up. Like you said, this is your third time you entered and getting it. And some artists are not quite as many times, but it continues to grow now as it gets more and more entries. But sometimes with the writers, they've entered 25, 30. The most that's been entered for Writers of the Future is 47 times before they won. And the other thing that happens is sometimes the artist or the writer pros out, where they sell professionally, so they can't enter anymore. And that's, that happens too, like with Brandon Sanderson and with Rob Sawyer, these types of artists, Kevin Anderson, they entered many times, but then they pro'd out. So this is this is all your current art here that you've got. Oh, that's a cute little alligator. That's an alligator.
Dragon. So that is not what the piece actually looks like. Right. So because when I painted that piece, let's see if I can find it.
This guy lives in my backyard.
Oh yeah.
No, legit.
When I initially painted it,
actually bigger than
that. My studio walls were a blue. And it turns out the piece is actually, and you can actually see it from my Eluxcon booth, but the piece is actually much warmer.
Yeah.
Much more warmer colors. And I had photoshopped it to be more cooler because I had imagined it being cooler in nature because of the blue walls. And I have since repainted the studio walls to be white to fix that issue.
Yeah.
That would be
And just one small thing, if I, of course, I'm not asking anyone to support this or anything. I just wanted to do just like something I did back in July for a client that is about to start funding that I did the cover for as well. I'm posting the link because I did the cover for this book to reimagine it for 5e or like more 5e rules and the like. And they're using that for the cover of the book as well as like the dice box and stuff like that for an RPG project.
Can you pull open?
Okay, where am I at? Hold on. Okay, what am I looking for now?
It's
The link I just shared.
Second link you just.
Oh, you got it in link? Oh, wait, I can grab it from there. Yeah,
Yep.
hold on. Let me. I'm not. It wasn't on the same page with you. Let me pop back over there. Remove it. All right. Whoop, where did it go? Where did I go? Might be a better thing to say. All right. And bam. Okay, so what are we looking for now? We scroll.
So that art on the cover, if you can scroll
Okay.
down if you want to see other pictures of it and on the dice box. But that is my art on the cover.
Damn.
And I did this back in July.
Looking good. It's
Do you use for your like for that woman there? Is that from a model or?
So generally, so I had to use myself as reference. So just imagine a 200+ pound man posed like that with like a vest and towel on.
I'd rather not, but okay.
oh man, I have to wash my eyes.
That's more or less, you know, because I've had to, you know, I use myself as reference. I shoot video reference, especially using slow-mo to capture movement and get a more of a sense of movement rather than letting things be stiff.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So as of right now, the only thing I've done for this is the cover.
I'm just nosing around.
Oh, yes. And this is something that was initially done like 15, 16 years ago. And they wanted to have like an updated cover.
Oh, so it's an existing RPG, but then
yes,
new skin.
Pretty much, yes.
Well,
for like working with the new rule sets.
Yeah, it never hurts to put a new cover on old things. It's I watch them old people doing that all the time out there spending money. Let me make myself beautiful again. Where am I? Oh, we back. Look, wow, we're all back in one place again. How nice. Let me blow it up so I can actually see y'all.
Oh, yes.
Okay, now I see where everybody's at. So while I'm thinking about this, I know we always touch on AI art, but is it going to be a hindrance for y'all in the future? I mean, I know it's got its good points. I know it's got its bad points because I deal with it all the time, and I do a little work busting AI art for police departments. So it's somehow it was a weird job I got into 3 years ago by accident, thanks to one of his winners actually. Jeff Wiener came. Anyway, it's a long story, but I'm just curious because I mean, some artists seem to be embracing it. Some people don't want to have anything to do with it. Some people are kind of striking some kind of weird, happy balance. Who wants to go first? Josie, you look like you want to go first. You got this look on your face like, let me just slap the hell out of somebody, man.
Do I do it?
You already started off earlier with 2 thumbs down when we talked about AI art. So
Well,
I
you
mean,
know,
I'm totally in favor of the artist and supporting the artist whose creative skill, like what you've shown, Josie, is I much prefer that. So,
I
what do you
don't
see as the future of art?
I don't think that I think AI art I think it'll always be around. Now that it's a thing, it won't go away. I don't think it'll be as prevalent. Um and I definitely don't think it'll ever replace natural art.
Right.
because imagination,
It's
you know,
something so ingrained in the human psyche can never been replaced by a machine.
Good.
oh, I think they're great for mass producing stuff. I got to say, I watched a friend of mine do a mural, put it into a machine, and now he rents this machine out to go do murals in people's homes. I think it's like $5,500 or $6,500, and he makes a mural. He does a beauty, just great artist. Puts it into the machine, rinse the machine out. People can put it in front of their wall at their house, and he goes, and 25 minutes later, they got a mural that would have took an artist weeks to paint. So I can see it's good points, but I can also see it has no imagination, none. I mean, when you leave it to its own devices, it's always squishing stuff up and smashing stuff together. And if you look hard, there's lots of little errors in places. Of course, I might pay money to watch a robot do an oil painting just for, shits and giggles, but I'm sure Elon's going to have one sooner or later. But I think AI is going to be great for mass producing. I just think they need to keep it out of the creative side of it, both for illustrators and for authors.
It has
What do you? Go ahead, Josie.
I said it has its benefits. It just should not be in a creative field.
I agree.
What do you think, Nathan?
Oh,
spit it out, Nate.
Yes. I am probably one of the most staunchly anti-AI people you will come across.
Nothing wrong with that.
I was, and which might be why they didn't give me classes this semester, I was actively against the dean at Heron School of Art when I was teaching there, actively against the dean on AI.
That's never a good thing to do if you want to have a
However, when my students came to me being like, they're taking, there's this ethics of AI course, which teaching the ethics of it, great. But when my students come to me telling me that they're being requested to put their art into Midjourney, and I'm not sure how familiar you are with the lawsuit with Carla Ortiz, Carla Ortiz and pretty much everyone who's somebody in the illustration and concept art fields, they have permission to sue on all charges against Midjourney AI, as well as implicating Facebook and Meta AI in this lawsuit. So just something so, amoral, just something so immoral. And for me, as you can tell, I've been working in oils, partially because, especially now, more recently because of AI, not just having the feel of working with a paint, because it's like human creativity cannot be replaced. Like there have been people online saying, oh, AI is a way for people who have disabilities to have accessibility for art, which is a bold-faced lie when I know people who have had cerebral palsy and other disabilities like that go on to get their master's degree and teach art and painting. So it's very much some kind of way to be basically trying to push a narrative on AI, trying to make it seem beneficial, as well as my small town of Greensburg. You basically have the populace protesting against an AI data center because of the water usage and chemicals, hard metals, carcinogens, and stuff like that being put into the water supply. So imagine a small town, a small farming town, mind you, having their water sucked from for an AI data center.
Right.
So like, I'm not even necessarily going to go into all the environmental stuff, but just on the ethics and creative side.
Yeah,
I am very passionate about this.
Well, no, you should be, because anything AI uses a lot of power. Anything, of course, blockchain uses a lot of power. All of that is sucking it up, and it But there are some advantages because I actually, Craig Williams.
You're muted.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. So a good friend of mine, Craig, he's into Bitcoin, and him and three of his friends own a Bitcoin farm in right outside of Austin. So when they originally built this place, their electric bill, I'm not kidding you, was $3.6 million a month. A month. You don't even know what the water bill was. It was almost half of that. It's just outrageous. But still, they were making $5 million a month in profit every month. Well, I sat them down one day. I said, let me show you how I operate my network and show you how you can get rid of some of this. Because back in the old days, we used to have a lot of computers. But now we have 36 core computers and stuff. Things have changed. But anyway, I showed them how you can mass out core computers, use that for your energy, use internal cooling systems, not water cool, but liquid cool, static liquid. That way you're not getting any heat, you're dissipating the heat, you're not needing all that air conditioning, all that electricity, and you're not needing that water flowing through your building. So they redid their thing. I think I said it cost him $2.8 million. His electric bill is less than $500,000 a month now. These guys' profit just went up almost $4 million a month just by doing a changeover. They're so ecstatic they're going to build another farm. I said, man, maybe you should donate some of that to me. I'm like, come on. Don't get me wrong. They paid me good for the consultant work, but still, it's interesting where all this is going. And AI, I think it's, like I said, it's going to be good for things. It's going to be good for like driving you around. You know, when we get our jets and cars in 5 years, it can float you around.
I've been being promised jets and cars for a long time.
Hey, no, we getting them now. I've actually finally seen a Jetson car. Well, not the kind that folds into a suitcase, but an actual real Jetson car.
Yeah, but I read this story in here called ASCII. I know about those AI
that was a
cars.
pretty good story. Though.
I know just what's going to happen.
That was a pretty good story. It's there's a lot of good things for AI, and there's a lot of bad things for AI. You know, but you know what? I'll tell you what's coming. That's going to be good for artists, especially people who can't paint. People have real good talent but can't do certain things. So, you know, Elon Musk has the neurochip now. Neurochip kind of scares me a little bit, but I've watched it used for people paraplegics. They can use their computers now. They can use their phones now. They can drive their wheelchairs around. They can even get in their self-driving cars and go around now. So it's changed a lot. But for people who actually have talent, the chip can be used for other things, which I didn't realize. So you can basically, we're going to start cheating. Instead of spending 10 years in school, you're going to be downloading stuff into this chip, into your head to use, to cheat, to get for your education. I've been watching what he's been doing with it, and it's spooky. It borders on lines on, look, when does it not become free will?
Have you guys ever read the book, Last Book in the Universe by Rodman Philbrick? Very much in the vein of something like that. Wonderful book. Like the main character, he's literally unable to use their technology to basically download books in his brains because it would literally give him seizures. Well, and there's an entire thing about books in that story.
Well, and this all started because a guy in 1994 had brain surgery and decided he was going to put a microchip in his head to see if he could record his memories. Everybody was like, yeah, sure, dude. You're gonna get some foreign object in your brain that's gonna kill you. Well, they took the chip out 6 years later and it recorded 6 years worth of memories. Everybody was stunned. Then we realized that's when Bowen and all them learned, okay, memory from inside of our head can be transmitted into a chip or onto a disk. So in 2001, 3 companies formally announced that they were looking on a way to make a copy of your consciousness and be able to upload it onto a new brain, onto a new host body. So we know they've been working on host bodies for about 3 decades now. When they started growing babies in test tubes, we already knew where that was going. So you and I, the 4 of us probably won't see it because we probably won't have that kind of money. Right. But other people was, and then there's this thing, for us old people, like John and I, we can go to Mars now and live an additional 50 years. So that's kind of a plus. Most people didn't realize that Elon's 52. By the time he gets to Mars, he'll be in his mid 70s. And so if you have arthritis or you have high blood pressure, all that goes away on Mars. First off, there's no tugging on your heart anymore, your livers or your kidneys. Your wrinkles in your face go away because there's no gravity pulling down, causing wrinkles anymore. There's nothing pulling on your back to make your arthritis hurt because the gravity is only 1/6 of Earth. So it will actually, they've been talking about it a lot lately. It'll probably actually add 40 to 50 years of life to people. If you leave Earth at 60 or 70 years old, they'll probably add 50 years of life to you by going to live on Mars. So
Being like John Carter.
yeah, it's going to be kind of weird. It's going to be a little weird. Y'all will get to see it probably first up front. I'll probably get to see the beginning of it because it's going to take them a little time because they're going to the moon real soon. 2027 is the start of the lunar moon base. 2031 is the start of the Mars base. And then after that, we'll see what happens. Unless there's aliens there and they're going to come get Josie. It's she's going to be taken by aliens.
She's ready.
They're going to give her a commission on Saturn or something. We're going to get here. We need to commission you to come paint some planets out here. It's crazy.
Well, Rob Pryor, one of our judges, is he's been training to go up in space, and he's commissioned to paint 22 paintings of Earth from space, and he's the one you'll meet him. He's got
yes,
an amazing style. He recently was commissioned. He painted the Pope. He painted, all types of dignitaries, but he also does these on these rock concerts. He's on stage and he's painting during the rock concert, and then they auction it off at the end when they did their he'll paint with two hands with his eyes closed. And he's an amazing artist. And I don't know if you ever seen him, but he's been a judge for several years right now. And just a really nice guy, but he's just like, he's been trained. So he's doing a lot of weight training. So he's just like totally changed, transformed. He's like Popeye with his muscles on his arms now.
Man, you want to have good muscles when when all those G's start pulling down.
Yeah.
I've been at high G before. It's not exactly the most pleasant experience.
Yeah.
I've been at 86,000 feet. So it's we'll just say it's an interesting experience. Leave it at that. So you guys, I'll do some plugging. We got a couple minutes to plug away. People can find you, what you're going to be doing, any events coming up, any conferences, just chilling. I know it's hard to get around when you're in school because that's all when I was in college, all I kind of did was go to school. Well, and other things, but we can't.
But if both of you, then Josie and anything, if you can send a friend request, because sometimes it's hard to find you, because I'll be posting stuff on there. And I want to be able to tag you because I got the Rise of Future. I've got my own page and I've got a podcast page. And so I'm going to be able to tag you as I do stuff. So just.
Yep. You've got me on Facebook.
I already got you. And then Josie. What's that?
Would you like to meet Instagram?
Yeah. Just send me a friend request. It's John Goodwin ASI.
2 minutes. I'm sorry.
Yes. He's got like devil horns on and stuff like that. It's easy to find him. Yes, he's wearing a red outfit, just kind of shy looking. What's that, Phil? No, we're getting ready to get off. I still got another 3 hours of host after this. Yes. Well, no, the chat show is insane. It's easy to do because it's, like I said, it's listener orientated. Everyone over there is bad. Oh no, the girls aren't in tonight, so the boys will be behaved. But we have Irene Scott on tonight talking about her new book about Pascagoula, the Pascagoula incident. Yes. Where the alien's name was Josie. I know, it was kind of strange. Yes. You didn't know that, huh? The alien's name was Josie. Yeah, it kind of looked like this one too. I'm getting a little nervous now. No, but guys, check them out online. Give them a prop, say hi, tell them hi, tell them how you like their art and stuff. We want to make these people famous. Yes, I want to see them on stage. So when I'm working press, I can say, "Can I please get in here?" Because you remember me. No, there'll be lots of Carmen usually starts booking them up at 4 starting in January or February.
Yeah.
And so we'll start doing that. And then John will be having people on. So there'll be a lot of crisscrossing. So
you'll all be on the podcast during the workshop week. You'll all be on a guest on the podcast either before. I try to do it after, but then we've got one day basically after the awards event. And that's a crazy day because we do a whole how to promote yourself workshop. And then that last 4 hours, I try to get as many podcasts as I can. I just say, okay, here's the schedule. I had one point I had 3 people show up, and the other one I had like 10 people show up. you know, to do the podcast at that one time. But anyway, it's a lot of fun just talking about what you learn, and just it gets other people inspired to be able to share their art, and that nobody's going to, you know, diss you for your art. And the one thing also, just when you enter the contest, the judges have no idea who you are. All they see is a number.
Yep.
So when you submit your artwork, you don't worry about like, oh, they're going to get a bad a bad reputation for me. No way, because all they see is a number in your art. So as you continue to grow, it's only once you start getting into the finalist category that a name starts popping up. But at that point, you want people to know who you are. But it's funny when the judges come in there and you say, yeah, I was this. I said, oh, that's who you are, because they have no idea who you are. They know your art, but they don't know you, because all they ever saw was a number.
But they'll know you by the end of the week. So
for sure. But it's a whole different experience. But it's really, really good. I'm so looking forward to meeting both of you, and it'll be a lot of fun. And Josie's come from like at the beginning, like, who are these guys? And now she realized, okay,
they're only half
it's
crazy.
Cool. It's cool.
They're only half crazy. Y'all will get a lot of press. And when we're in LA, I will catch y'all for a little short 15, 20. They're just one-on-one interviews. So we do those because we can show some of your art, but it also is a more personal interview, so you can use them for different things. A lot of them can use them like if it's just like a little mini resume, if you want to send out to somebody who wants to see your artwork or get an idea who you are. Anything you do with us, you can use, by the way. It doesn't matter if it's one of our videos from United Public Radio or from Writers Future, you can use them. So it's not the only thing we'll ever use them for is what you see. They'll be posted all over creation. This show we're on 250 archive sites for UFO Paranormal Radio and United Public Radio. So, and
I just got an email this last week that United Public Radio is in the top 3% of all podcasts
globally. Yeah,
globally on Amazon.
So Amazon? This is a company called Listener Notes that tracks all the global podcasts. These are for radio stations, not for individual podcasts. Wow. And they trace this out. So United Public Radio itself is in the top 3% of all global broadcasters in the world. That includes ABC, NBC, CBS. Matter of fact, we can go to 50 countries that ABC, NBC, CBS, and BBC can't go to.
So there, 99.
Yeah, well, it's because we don't judge people. We just go do our job and leave it at that. Yeah, we let the people judge. We don't need to judge them, because the people are going to judge them just fine on their own. You know.
So now Josie and Nathan have been seen in 160 different countries now around the world,
and probably at least last time I checked, we were at like 4.1 million. So we're going to probably finish in a 4.3, 4.5. So you get you're on Roku this evening and Amazon Fire Stick. So you're on your legit television. We have 2 different television stations that broadcast on Fire Stick, on Roku live, so people can watch it. Probably about 60,000 people watching on your television right now. So they can see you, and they're on their 8K televisions, 4K televisions, so they can zoom in and see the gray hairs on your eyebrows and stuff. I hate that 4K. Look, people, you see this is Bob back here, the skull. Inside his eyes, I keep stuff. When I'm giving away stuff, a lot of times I'll ask people, can you tell me what's in his eyes? Well, if you're not watching this on TV, you're not gonna be able to see what it's in his eyes. But if you're watching this on Roku or anything else, you are. Okay, it's kind of crazy, but it's great. You get to see us that way, and then on all the different live archives. I think we just added 6 new live servers. One's in Singapore, one was in Berlin, and 2 of them were in Jupiter, India, and somewhere else in India, and then there's 2 others. So it's about 221 servers around the world, mostly hosted by other people. China, the country of China, People's Radio actually hosts 12 servers for us. They contacted us. So you'll see them. And over the years, thanks to John, I've made friends with some pretty big dogs in the Chinese media over there. Matter of fact, it was about 3 years back. The lady was there. She represented 500 viewers, 500 million viewers. That was a nice little friend to make. So they carry us as well now. So just, everywhere. Yeah. A lot of my hosts, you'll hear them sometimes, they'll greet their audiences sometimes with different country greetings, because we're in so many places. We're even, not this show, but 2 of our other shows are actually in North Korea. You can actually listen to us in North Korea. That's insane. I don't know who the hell that is listening to us, but anything y'all got before we get out of here? Because we got to go. Because I got to go find some eat before I go get on the radio. And
So Josie, we find you. People want to find you. They go to what, your Instagram page? That's the best place.
That's the place where I post the most on the other, but my Instagram is where I talk the most. So.
And what's the Instagram page called?
It's Ace Wraith.
What's it called again?
Ace Wraith. I sent a.
Okay, good. Ace Race. And then Nathan.
So Instagram will probably be the best bet to reach out to me. And I guess if for any kind of plugging and stuff like that, for the most part, I'm mostly catching up on a lot of studio work, a lot of client work. I've got a lot of pieces to do, a lot of smaller pieces. But something to potentially look forward to is I am setting up a store page on my website that I might, to celebrate the official launch of the store page on my website, hold a holiday sale. Selling my original paintings. I actually brought a couple behind me. I wasn't sure, including my Godzilla painting. One of the paintings that was my entry for Illustrators of the Future that won. That was one of the first artworks I have featured in a product at Gen Con for the first time this year.
Oh, good. So what's your webpage then?
It is Art of Nathan Deiwert, no spaces. artofnathandeiwert.com.
Oh, good. That's where all this stuff will be available. So they can. So you have a commerce page there, so people can buy art from you from that page.
I will officially announce that once it's fully set up. I'll do an official launch. Probably a couple days before Thanksgiving, I'll launch it completely, and then maybe on like Black Friday or Cyber Monday, I might set up like a sale.
Okay,
but
good.
First, I kind of have to do measurements, measuring everything in frames. If I need to redocument anything, I will do that. So I kind of have, over the next couple of weeks while working on my studio work, I'll be setting up this store page to set up for a sale.
Great. Well, good. Thank you for that. And very pleasant meeting you, Josie. And definitely look forward to seeing you both in April. And then we'll be in communication also on social media on the Facebook page. That's where I mostly am. I've got either the Facebook page, John Goodwin, or the Rising Illustrators of the Future podcast Facebook page. And then I've got a Goodreads page for all the books that I cover on the podcast. So anyway, it's been a real pleasure meeting both of you.
Yes, I can't wait to meet you. Yeah. But guys, we got to get, because I got to go eat and I got to get to another show. So before my other hosts start coming in here and chanting at y'all or some kind of weird stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and the Author's Quill. John and I appreciate y'all showing up every week and hanging out with us. We appreciate that we're in the top 25% of podcasts when it comes to authors and illustrators. As a matter of fact, last time
25%? No.
Last time Amazon had sent us a thing, we were in the 14 point something percent of all of Amazon's shows. So that's outrageous, because I think last time I heard they had like 2.2 billion shows or something. Yeah, those are outrageously high numbers. So it's if you want to get any higher than that, you got to be somebody extremely famous. If you on Amazon, if you want to get in the top 10%, you really got to already have a pretty big name to get in there, because there's big movie stars out there making billions and millions and billions of dollars. So it's hard to compete with them kind of guys. But anyway, we got to go. Thanks again, everybody listening to United Public Radio and the Author's Quill. Any moans, groans, bitches, or complaints, remember, you can always write to my boss, Michelle DeRoche. She loves when you write to her. She always says, please write her mean and nasty letters so she can reply. So, yes, no, really, she really does enjoy those kind of letters. But on that note, good night, everybody. And remember, come see us in the chat in about 45 minutes.